You were very strong today. I was proud of you.
Jeanne, I'd never have been strong enough to do it if it hadn't been for you.
That isn't true, Edmund.
I believe it is. But that isn't the reason why I love you.
Edmund, don't.
I love you as any man would love a kind, beautiful, gentle woman who's become part of his heart and soul.
I can't.
Of course you can. You've put off taking your vows because you feel exactly the same thing that I do. Now tell me the truth. That is the reason, isn't it?
Yes. I've been praying for strength.
To turn away from me?
Oh, yes.
But your prayers haven't been answered, have they? Because that's not the way it's meant to be. Jeanne, I want you to marry me.
I just can't.
Think about it. Please. Do you promise?
Yes.
You say that you lost your mind, yet you claim to remember walking out of Castle Barthelm.
Yes. After the Nazis left in 1945.
How long were you held by the Russians?
5 years.
And how long after that were you found by your sister?
9 years.
And until 6 months ago, you claimed that you were catatonic, that you didn't even know who you were.
That is true.
It's a strange and convenient disease you have, Mr. Junot. Isn't it possible, then, that all this story you've told us about Castle Barthelm was suggested to you by the Russians, or by the French, or by your sister, Mademoiselle Junot, and that none of it ever happened, that it's pure fantasy, that indeed you never were at Castle Barthelm?
It happened. I was there.
We shall see. I have no further questions. How old were you when this alleged rape occurred?
Alleged?
There are no corroborating witnesses, are there? How old were you?
I was 13.
Nor are there corroborating witnesses to the death of your mother, allegedly beaten to death by Herr von Eidefeld.
My brother Edmund was with me.
But you testified that neither of you could see what was happening from your hiding place. According to records, Paris Central Hospital for the night in question, an autopsy indicated that your mother died of natural causes. Hemorrhage during a miscarriage.
Provoked by a vicious beating ordered by Major von Eidefeld.
So you say. And, I will concede this, grew to believe as the years went by, and on the basis of which you resolved to revenge yourself on Herr von Eidefeld. Did you not make such a resolution?
Yes, I vowed to bring him to justice.
Justice? Or punishment for these alleged crimes? I put it to you that when Edmund was found, this marvelous, sick, blank mind, you chose him as the instrument of your revenge, and you convinced or conditioned him to say that he was at Castle Barthelm and witnessed crimes that never occurred, when indeed there is not one shred of evidence that he was ever there.
Oh, sir, this marvelous sick mind that you described does not belong to Edmund, but to you. Those crimes did occur, and if there is justice in this courtroom, Herr von Eidefeld will pay for them.
out. I will be brief. Were you ever stationed at Castle Bartown?
Regretfully, yes. From July 1944 until the end of the war.
What were your duties?
I was administrative head of the facility.
Administrative head?
Yes. My duties involve the supply, discipline, and assignment of military personnel.
Did you have any dealings with the detainees?
No.
You heard the witness Edmund Junot testify that you personally committed several murders.
I heard his testimony. Yes.
Was what he said true?
It was pure fantasy or malicious falsehood.
Did you ever see Edmund Junot at Castle Bartown?
No.
To the best of your knowledge, was Edmund Junot ever at Castle Bartown?
No. He was not.
Were the detainees at Castle Bartown ever given any sort of special identification?
Yes.
What was that, please?
Upon arrival at Castle Bartown, all detainees were tattooed with a special 6-digit identification number on the right wrist.
All detainees?
Yes.
Will the court give me permission to examine the wrist of the witness Edmund Junot?
That won't be necessary. I have no such tattoo. Both my arms were burnt in an explosion in the quarries. That's why I was sent to Bartown. The guards were unable to tattoo me, so instead they branded me with a hot iron.
Have you reached the verdict?
We have.
Will you state your verdict to the court?
We find the defendant guilty as charged.
Karl von Eiderfeld, the jury has found you guilty as charged. I have no choice but to pronounce the penalty required by law for the crimes of which you've been convicted. You are hereby sentenced to life in prison.
I only did my duty as a good soldier.
So, where shall we celebrate? Here or in Paris?
Paris. That's where Jeanne and I are going to be married.
Oh, Jeanne, is that true?
Yes, Helene, it's true.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Congratulations to you both.
Yes, congratulations.
Mademoiselle Junot!
This isn't the end between us. You'll never be free of me as long as you live. What you suffered as a child will seem like paradise before I'm through with you.
Here we are. What do you think?
It's lovely. Bonjour, monsieur. Bonjour, madame. Vous attendez? Soyez le bienvenu.
May I, Mrs. Junot?
How beautiful can she look, right? Okay, on this one, I want you to get the sweeping clothes. You're all in this shot. Attention, attention. All right, you're all in this shot. I need a big sweeping one on this one. Ready? Animation. Bon. Sean. Good. That's it. I like this. That's nice. Yes, Sean. That's it. Now, one more feeling. You must give me. That's what I want. Now, just hold.
With this issue, we are now the third largest selling fashion magazine in Europe. For those of you who've just joined us, I want you to understand where we're going. I'm predicting that the 60s are going to be grim, full of violence and war, and women are going to be looking for escape. They're going to be looking for beauty and frivolity, and couture is going to provide it for them.
See you in a moment. Good evening, Jack.
Hello, dear. What a lovely outfit.
Thank you.
Hello, darling.
Hello. To have preserved this final work, what a splendid act of love.
Wait until you hear it.
I'm looking forward to it. By the way, your couture is coming up strongly.
Then for your next showing, you can move us to the front row of your press section.
Must I?
Yes.
You're getting a bit pushy, you know, Luba. Anyway, I'll see to it.
Thank you.
Listen, Odile, you must simply join us.
I better not.
Well, then come in the intermission and have a glass of champagne.
With pleasure.
See you then.
See you then.
Aren't Edmund and Jeanne coming?
Yes, they're supposed to be. I don't know why they're so late. Well, cheers.
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 Hello? Anybody there? Jeanne, wait. Let me help you. I'll get help, Jeanne. Everything will be okay.
Help! Somebody, quickly!
I have a message for you, Mademoiselle Junot.
Thank you. Oh, my God.
She's very bad.
What happened? I didn't think the baby was due yet.
It's not due for another 2.5 months. The doctor said it was toxemia. Acute toxemia.
Toxemia.
Helen, I'm afraid she's going to die.
No.
Dr. Durand, this is my sister Helen.
Helene. Hello, John. You're going to be fine. You're going to be home in no time.
No, Helene. I'm never going home.
Jeanne, I won't have you talking that way. You can't give up. You have everything to live for.
Dear Helene, always the fighter.
I would advise an immediate cesarean.
No, doctor. You told me what would happen to the baby. The longer we wait, you said, the better.
Your condition is worse, Madame Junot.
I can't do it. I can't. My baby must have every chance. Edmund, we must wait.
Doctor, would you let me be alone with my wife for a moment?
Yes, of course.
Jeanne. Jeanne, you must have the operation.
No.
Jeanne, listen to Edmund. He loves you, Jeanne.
Don't leave me.
I want to be with you, Edmund. You've made me so happy. I never knew I could be so happy.
Then you must do this for us both.
I can't. It's for God to decide who lives and who dies.
Jeanne.
My love will always be with you, Edmund. Do you understand? Helene, if by grace of God our baby's born, You must help Edmund bring it up. And you must love it as your own. Do you promise?
Sean, I promise.
Pray for the baby and me.
Monsieur Junot, your wife has given birth to a little girl. The doctors think that the child will survive.
And Jeanne?
I'm sorry. Madame Junot passed away a few minutes ago.
It's good you came, monsieur.
How is he?
We don't know hour to hour.
How terrible. May I?
Yes, but not too long, please.
I've come back to Chateau Vicenne, Father. Back to stay. Oh, I've missed it, you know. But now it's going to be all mine. Along with the townhouse on Rue Mayo, where you entertained your women. But there's no more women for you, Father. What? Can't even talk now? What a pity. But that's the reality of things, Father. You see, even real men die. And their sons inherit everything. Including their women. Adieu, Father.
I've asked you 1,000 times.
What
Nothing's
you have
ready.
to do is just to give us a go-ahead. Everything is ready.
Forget it. Forget it. It's not going to work.
Hello, Luba. How's it going?
Helen, when did you get in?
About an hour ago.
Well, I'm glad you're here.
How's Jacques?
He does everything but shoot pictures for the last few days. I'm worried about the September issue.
Well, I think I shall have a few words with him.
Be my guest.
Put the bout this way. That's fine. Helene,
Hi.
what on earth are you doing here?
Just checking.
Checking, huh? Luba sent for you, didn't she?
Yes, she's worried about the September issue.
I haven't let you down yet, have I? The Tsarina, she pushes everybody, but she is not going to push me. Every time she does, I go in the opposite direction. Can you understand that?
Yes, I can understand that. I want to talk to you, Jacques.
All right, Helene, let's talk.
Here are 5 pages of fashion pictures taken against an eruption of Mount Etna. This was my idea, Jacques. They have your photo credit and they're running in our biggest competitor. Why?
I needed the money.
That's ridiculous. I pay you a fortune at Couture.
Yes, and I spent it. But that isn't the only reason why I took that job, Helene. I took it because I wanted to prove that I am still Jacques d'Anvers and not Helene Junot's personal property.
I never made you feel like that, Jacques.
If you can say that, Helene, then you are blind to what's been happening to you. Look, you're not the same girl that I met in Montmartre. I loved her, but not you. You've become some arrogant autocrat who has to call all the shots. I'm sorry about this, Helene. I was just trying to say something. I guess I chose the wrong way to do it. I'll resign if that's what you want.
That's not what I want, Jacques. Look, I take your point, and I accept it. But please promise me that this will never happen again. Promise, old friend?
Okay. Friends?
Oh, yes. Yes. Now, will you please shoot those pictures?
Of course. I was just waiting for the right light. Very beautiful. Yes. Okay, now come together a little bit more. Okay. That's it. That's it. Now I want you to hold it this time. All right, that's nice. All right. Okay, real nice. That's it. A little more feminine. That's the one. That's the one.
Well, I guess we better get back to work.
All right, I'll pay the bill and finish my espresso.
All work and no play makes Jacques a dull boy. Oh, listen, don't forget, you've got lunch at the Zeno's yacht tomorrow.
Think you'll make it?
Well, if we don't, it won't be my fault.
I doubt it somehow.
Good luck,
Bye.
darling.
Pardon me. I hope I'm not being too forward, but I've been observing you for some time.
Yes, so I've noticed.
Forgive me. I didn't mean to be so obvious. May I introduce myself? I'm Marcello Ditri from Milan.
Helene Junot.
A lovely name for a lovely lady. May I?
Well, I was just about to leave, but, yes.
Thank you. I've always believed that this view is one of the finest in the world.
Yes, it certainly is.
Do you know Venice well?
No, this is my first time.
I come here often from Milan to refresh my soul.
What exactly is it that you do in Milan, Signor?
Ditri.
Ditri.
It's not worth talking about. Ah, you must see Lord Byron's house. Over there. No, the poet of love.
Aha.
Looking at you, I can't help but to recall those lines. She walks in beauty like the night of cloudless climes and starry skies. Lovely words, aren't they?
Yes, yes, they are.
And they fit you so well.
Thank you.
Pardon me once again for being bold, but I'd be delighted if you let me show you a bit of it tonight.
Well, I'd be delighted.
Oh. Please, allow me. Dear lady.
Marcello. Oh, thank you.
I booked us in too.
This is Lubacerina Marcello Ditri. Please. Come in, come and sit down. Please sit down. Would you like some champagne?
Not just a little drop.
Luber is my friend and associate.
Associate? You ladies are in some sort of business?
Oh, come on, Marcello, that's enough. You know exactly who we are and what we do, just as we know everything there is to know about you. For example, we know that you're struggling not to go bankrupt with a little publication called Girl, even though you were originally financed by some wealthy and, shall we say, mature ladies.
I said it wasn't worth talking about.
But cultivating me was.
I resent that. I was attracted to you as a woman. I didn't know who you were until you told me your name. And even then, I had no intention of bringing business into our relationship.
Until you got to know me better.
Mademoiselle Junot, if you're implying that...
What is it that you want, Signor Ditri?
A loan.
A sizable one, of course.
A sizable one is required.
Well, that fits in exactly with what we've heard. We've heard that you have an excellent relationship with your staff and with your advertisers. You only have one problem. Nobody wants to buy your magazine.
Well, we have been looking for an Italian outlet. And in return for any monies that we may advance, we would expect to take over Girl, change the name to Couture Italiana, and assume artistic control.
And what happens to me?
You would remain, of course, as editor-in-chief.
What is, in effect, an Italian couture? I become a figurehead.
A rich one.
I have my pride.
You'll also have a substantial down payment, a very good salary, and 10% of the profits.
Impossible.
Well, if you'd rather go bankrupt.
50%.
25.
When do we start?
As soon as the contract's drawn up.
Very well, then. If I'm to be a slut, I'd be a happy one. I'll take both you ladies to dinner. And to bed. If you will have me.
Dinner will be fine, Marcello.
Well?
About the metalworks in Stuttgart, it is available at the price you specified. I can have the trust go ahead and make the purchase, if you wish.
Good. Do it then. It will be an excellent base of operations. And what did the lawyers say about my release?
They are confident it will come soon.
How soon?
Your friends in high places are working very hard for it.
How soon?
Look, they feel it is important not to attract publicity.
How soon?
They say it will be very soon.
Good. And they're still working on the dossier of Helene Junot?
As you instructed.
The only thing that sustains me in this place is settling the score with Helene Junot.
Can I help you? Your hand?
Thank you.
Allora, un momento. 5 minuti, puoi?
Me ne vado domani sera.
Helene, my darling.
Zeno, how good to see you.
How nice of you to take the time to come aboard.
Well, I wouldn't miss one of your famous lunches for the world.
First, I would like you to meet some of my friends. Odette St. Clair, Helene Junot.
Ah, I've seen you dance. Bravo.
And I read couture. Bravissima.
Thank you.
Please sit down. I'm going to get you a drink.